There's only one place to learn the latest. There's only one place to hear the greatest. There's only one place for your information. It's the All Good Podcast. All Good Podcast.
No other hosts like me. Come checking out, you'll see.
What up, what up, what up? What's going on, everybody? It's a brand new episode of Off Book presented to you by Broadway Black. We're ready to hit our marks and we're ready to do it right now. I'm Drew Shade.
I'm Ngozi Anyanwu.
I'm Kim Exum.
And we here. It's time for a brand new show, y'all. What's going on? How y'all doing?
You know, we're alive. That's what matters.
We are
Yeah,
live.
that is.
After this week, we are live. But before we begin and we get into all the good stuff and what we've been doing this week, I first want to say, if you would like to be a part of the show today, we talked about this last week. If you would like to do, I said what I said. If you'd like to be a part of the show in some form or fashion by sending us a listener letter, like Kim says, do your job. You can email us at offbook@broadwayblack.com. Email us your questions, your stories. Also share if you'd like to do a monologue today. Don't tell us what the monologue is, but if you would like to do it today, email us and I can send you the link to be a part of the show today. So that's what we talked about last week. I'm giving you guys the opportunity. If you don't want to do it, that's totally okay too. But we would love to have you. So get ready to share your monologue with us. And we will have you as the guest for I Said What I Said. So all you have to do is email us at offbook@broadwayblack.com and you can be a part of the show today in some form or fashion. All right. But while we get started, Ngozi, what you been up to? You got your hoodie on. You relaxed and chill today. Like, what's popping?
I'm tired. I just came from the gym. This week has been mostly like work, write, sleep, repeat. Work, write, sleep, repeat.
Yeah.
So this week is like, all right, it's a new year. Let's focus on what we want, which is like to pitch out some TV shows, to finish some plays for whenever those come back, and to do self-tape. So this week is like try and stay as well and block out the nonsense as much as you can.
I feel that. I definitely feel that. I mean, but you're focused, you're zoned in.
Yeah, it's time.
Yeah.
I want all the things.
Don't we want all the things? All the things requires like actual effort and work.
And a lot of focus and a lot of not letting things get in your way. And so you just got to write it out while I'm feeling focused, because this shit could change at any moment. So while I'm feeling it, let me go for it and feel it. So that's what
I feel that. Yeah. Kim Exum, what's going on with you, baby?
Nothing. I feel like my computer. Can y'all hear that?
Yeah. No.
What? Hear what?
It's like the fan in the computer. I can hear it through my mic, so that's why.
You be saying that all the time.
Yeah, it's annoying. I don't know. Because I can hear it like.
We don't hear it
anyway. Yeah, my week's been fine. I had Ezzy, and then
are you on your 5G before we?
Yes, I'm on my 5G.
Okay. I don't know. I don't be knowing.
Leave me alone.
I just want to get that out there.
The best things about my week, I recorded a bunch of voiceover auditions. I went to the dentist twice. So I got my cleaning at the top of the week. Then I grind my teeth at night. So I wear down my cavity, my fillings.
Yikes.
Yeah, I mean, I can't feel it really, but I mean, if I showed you my mouth guard, you'd be like, "Oh my God!" My dentist is always like, "What's stressing you out?" And I'm like, "I don't know, the world." I don't know.
Yeah.
Because I be asleep. I'm like, I don't know why I'm doing this, but yeah, I got 2 of my cavities refilled, so that was cool. I started watching videos on TikTok where dentists clean your teeth and watching them take the plaque out and stuff. It's really interesting. It's kind of gross, like Dr. Pimple Popper, but for teeth. But it's kind of cool.
Dr. Pimple Popper.
You might really like the teeth cleaning. I'm not on TikTok at all, but for some reason I came across these videos and I was like, this is pretty cool. And yeah, so
I don't know if I like the teeth cleaning, but I love the pimple popper.
Oh, gross.
that is my thing.
That's you need to.
Oh my God, it's so great.
I like watching the pimples pop, like oil. I don't like blood. I can do the stuff coming out. I like when they remove the blackheads.
That's disgusting. This is
So many people
disgusting.
like this in Guzzy. We're not weird. You're the weird one because you don't like it.
You are the weird one for not liking it.
Ingrown hairs.
I deal with my trauma in other ways.
I love the ingrown hairs too. And I can get with that.
Oh,
I can
gross.
definitely get with that too.
Mhm.
This is
Yeah.
all gross.
Yeah.
Is it though?
So
Is it really?
go to the dentist, you guys. Make your
I mean,
appointment.
it's natural, but it's gross.
But I think that people
I
that
mean-
like dentists have to like that too. Like there are plenty of people that really enjoy it.
Like I think
Sure.
that I could never be a like doctor that had to deal with a lot of blood and shit, like inside the body blood. But I could totally I think I could be a dentist because I could deal with all that, like, you know, because you just try and get the shit out and scoop
Yeah,
the
doesn't it
broth
like
out and then fill
I
it
be like
in.
salivating a little bit. I salivate a little bit, like trying to like, like I don't know.
Get it out.
I feel it.
Something
I've talked about
pleasurable
that
is
too
okay.
before on the show, and Danye and Amber looked at me like I was crazy, but like, yes, I'm with all of that shit.
It's like an itch, like, you know, when you have an itch and you scratch it and it's just like, oh, it feels so good. To me, that's what watching those videos are like.
Somebody said, I feel that about the night guard. I went to the dentist and told him about it, and he said that a ton of people since COVID have come in with that problem. Stress from COVID is getting to all of us.
Oh yeah, I mean, I'm an eternal grinder. I will grind when Obama is president and Kanye's old Kanye, and we don't have anything to worry about. I'm still.
I mean, yes and no. I feel you. Yeah.
Like yes and no. It's like I think you're right, but I also think you're wrong.
Yeah, yes and no.
Happy New Year.
Happy.
What are you
listen,
talking
not
about?
this
You
week.
think I'm right and wrong about my grinding?
Yes, I mean,
I grind. It's something that my body does. I've always grinded. I just do it.
and you have a child to. I mean, well, not that
It's
grinding.
not
Okay.
because I have
Never
a
mind.
child. It's literally just like I've been doing it since my doctor said that most people do it during their teen years, during puberty. Everyone does it. And then you stop because your body's going through intense hormonal stress. I never stopped. So I've been grinding since college and I've had a mouth guard since then. I mean, at one point I stopped using it and that's a big mistake because my enamel is very thin now. But yeah, I always grind. It's not,
Okay.
I mean, you don't have to not. I feel like you don't believe me, but it's true.
I believe you. I mean, I just, and this is a good time to say that the views and opinions expressed on Off Book do not necessarily reflect the official policy or position of Broadway Black.
What?
I feel
just
so
we have a
gaslit about my own.
Wow. Drew, what did you do this week?
What did I do? I've been just keeping to myself. I've been very private this week. Just had some immediate family things going on, and just sort of been keeping to myself and processing those things and dealing with family shit. And so it feels like it feels like a whole week has passed. Like, and I don't know. I shouldn't say a whole week has passed. It feels like no time has passed. I feel like I was just here last week.
Has passed.
No. But like, I mean to say, like, it feels like I haven't gone anywhere. Like, it feels like I'm right back in this chair. So much has happened, like personally, but then also like in the world,
Right.
Like
Globally.
And so it's just like a lot going on. But then also like I haven't been able to like push through in the way. I still made it to the gym. That's one thing I've still managed to make it to the gym, and I still managed to eat well. And those are the two things I'm most concerned about, is treating myself well above anything else. So yeah, but like work-wise, I haven't been able to do much of anything this week. And I hate when that happens. I really, really do, because it I have all these self-imposed deadlines and things that I have to do, and like I stress out and like, but today I'm being powered by my ancestors.
Hey.
Okay.
What's happening? I'm being powered by my ancestors. This is my National Black Theater shirt, one of my favorite shirts. So I'm going to get that from National Black Theater. Support the National Black Theater, my home theater, my home away from home, and I can't wait to get back there. And I think it's a good time to. They're revamping their space, and that's going to be coming in the next few years. And so I'm glad about it. And so yeah, support my peoples. So yeah, I'm just making it through. I'm making it. That's all I can really say. I'm here. Yeah. Like we're talking about, the lot has happened in the world. We might as well just go right into, the hot topics and things that we have. And so, Kim, take it away.
Okay. We love to talk about so much shit, so now it's time for hot topics.
Hey! I love it. I love that. It's so jazzy to me.
Very classical, very Harlem Renaissance.
Yeah, so I mean, we might as
Thank
well
you.
just, it is very much so. We might as well just start right into the crazy white people shit that's been going on. It's infuriating. I love the way you put this on the document, Guzzy. Do we want to talk about the crazy white people shit, or do we not? But I feel like we have to address what's going on and how it's sort of affected all of us. Like we were literally gaslit all week with this
Like how
shit.
you just did me about my teeth.
I think that's a false comparison. I definitely think that's a false comparison. But I feel you. I feel where you're going with that. You know, I feel you.
All right, spicy lights.
Right. And I feel like I'm only like light skinned in the light. Like I be feeling like I look darker. Like
I'm sorry.
I'm only light skinned in the light, nigga. You glow. Relax.
Yeah,
Okay.
Only light
light
skin
is
in
like-
the light.
In the light.
maybe if I put like a little
Oh,
orange
my
tone
light.
on it, I think because it's the light. the
Okay,
lights are like a
scroll the
little-
disclaimer again because that means it needs to be clear that Broadway Black does not feel that way. It's not associated with the word.
Because like I'll be feeling like if I put like a little orange tint on it, then maybe I'll be a little bit more like I'm caramel. Like you see,
What? When caramel is still white granulated sugar?
and don't make me turn red. Okay.
Oh my!
Leave me
See,
alone.
look at that. Oh my God, this is so complicated.
And I
What
got my
we
hair braided
talking
today. I'm going to the barbershop tomorrow to get it finished up. But I got my hair braided. So I needed a protective style.
Oh,
And so
protective.
I did. My hair was just getting a little unruly.
about? Oh my goodness.
But yeah, so we've been gaslit by this whole thing. But the reason why we're bringing it up today is because, on Twitter, a lot of the theater fans are calling out the Republicans that are in our community. There have been, some campaigns against Corey Cott.
Really?
Listen, oh yeah,
Oh, I haven't been tracking like the Broadway whites, and I haven't been tracking that reaction. Have people just been
wasn't
showing their
either.
asses?
Oh, but somebody tweeted about you make sure you pay attention to the Broadway people who have not spoken up or who are not speaking out against what has happened.
Okay.
And people have been talking about, Corey Cott, Laura, what's her name?
Laura Oz's. He said Laura Onassis. I was like, what? Who is
Just how much I
Onassis.
don't feature the whites.
daughter? I was like, Onassis. Laura
This is how much
Oz's.
I don't feature the whites. I don't. I'm sorry. I don't be knowing. I've been calling her Onassis for years.
People-
Like,
Massive. Like
yeah,
the Kennedys.
I've been calling her Laura Onassis. And I have not even paid attention to how her last name is even spelled. Oh, Laura Onassis. Okay, yeah. That is literally how I've been saying it.
Oh
And
God.
wasn't she in
She was.
wasn't she Cinderella?
Yeah.
Yeah, she was in Cinderella. Yeah, so
she
I've
was
been
in
saying
Bonnie and Clyde.
nobody saw that.
Nobody saw that.
Oh.
But she was in
but-
Bandstand though, wasn't she?
She was
She was
in
what?
Bandstand.
Bandstand
She was in
so bad.
Grease. Bandstand was really bad.
Bandstand was pretty bad.
Okay.
Like it was not good. They invited me to it. And you know
That's
what-
it. When white people invite black people to the white people shit, they're really
yeah. You know what
True.
they need.
they're like in trouble when they're like
Yeah,
looking for
yeah.
$5.
Like-
it's true.
And I'm thinking like, ain't no black people in this. Why did they? I mean, maybe been like one or a token or here, but maybe that wasn't even it on Broadway. Maybe I think the token was on the tour of Bandstand because I think it had more success on a tour.
Yeah.
And I'm getting Lauren. Oh
Lauren.
no, her name is Laura.
It's Laura.
Russell, right? But
Chad.
yes, you are also right. I was
Her
gonna get,
name is Kat. What is
Kat.
going on with y'all?
we don't know the whites.
They don't care
Catherine
about their
McPhee.
names. No one
Catherine
cares.
McPhee,
Kim, no one
Put
cares.
respect on her damn name.
No one wants to. No.
But should we put the respect?
No
if
one.
somebody was on a podcast calling me like Cam X Zoom, I would be like, "What the fuck, y'all? Don't talk about me and get
Well,
my
I mean,
name wrong.
The whites might do that. The whites
If
might
you're gonna
do that.
talk
They
some
might.
shit, at least get my name right so I can properly associate it with myself.
Oh, that's fair. That's
her
actually fair.
name is Catherine
You want to
McPhee.
you want to make sure you're talking shit about the right white.
The right white, because there
All
could
right.
be a Cam X Zoom. You don't know,
It's true. You want to
Ain't
make
no
sure you
damn-
get the right white.
Ain't no damn Cam Exum.
or a K McPhee, or a Lauren Onassis.
My God.
No, y'all know who the fuck we talking about.
I did not know when you said
So what's
Laura
the controversy?
Onassis, I was like, I have no idea who you're talking about.
Excuse me. Happy New Year. What's the controversy?
They're Republicans.
Oh, the Republicans.
Like the two Michelle.
Oh, that's true. Black Michelle Williams or white Michelle Williams. Thank you, Jeffrey,
Well,
for
when we talk about
clearing up
Michelle
what we're
Williams,
talking about.
I don't ever think about the white Michelle Williams. I never think about her. When I say Michelle
I
Williams,
think about the white one.
I think about the white one.
I think about the white
I
one.
never think about her.
Like,
think
who's
about
talking about the Black Michelle Williams?
I mean, if I say Michelle, why am I talking
No
about the
shade.
white Michelle Williams?
I'm always asking which one, even though it's usually the Black Michelle Williams.
No. That can't
me-
be anything because Michelle Williams put some respect on her name. Like the Black Michelle Williams is Destiny's Child. She's also a Broadway
I know.
star too. Like she did Aida.
She is, but I'm saying like
Once on this island. She like was in.
currently, like when we're talking actors, like I'm talking about white Michelle Williams typically.
But what are we talking about besides the Gwen Verdon Fosse show? Like, and that's been over a year now.
She was like in Maryland and
Was that 2020? The Gwen Verdon show? Was that
2020 or 2019?
I think it was 2019.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I you have to tell me that you're specifically.
and I love Michelle Williams. Don't get it twisted, Michelle. I like you a lot.
Listen, I live for Michelle Williams. I am forever a diehard fan of whatever Michelle Williams does. Like I
Black
don't
Michelle
care.
Williams, right?
That's
Look,
Look,
That
she's
is-
a
I think of
beautiful
both.
actress.
I think of both of them. When we're talking about
Nah.
acting, I think about both of them. If we're talking about music, I know who we're talking about. But if we're talking
Yeah,
about
see.
performers and actors, I know I'm thinking of the other Michelle Williams. So I'm thinking of the white one.
I'm thinking of the white one.
No.
If we're talking about acting, I'm thinking of
The white
Brokeback
one.
Mountain.
Yeah, we're talking about music.
Marilyn.
I'm always gonna, of course, go okay. But that's just my
yeah.
Concept. That's our
See,
truth.
everybody's with me. Everybody is with me. It's
They can be with you.
the Michelle Williams, and that's the black one. So yeah. So anyway, Catherine
got the name? Who got the
McPhee,
second
Corey
name?
Cott, and Laura Onassis.
you got time to hit
Um,
Kale's paychecks.
Moving on.
Anyway,
Moving on. Sorry. Happy New Year.
Catherine McPhee, Corey Cott, and Laura Onassis are all people that are Republican and have
Oh.
been like
For their
dragged on Twitter about this whole them not speaking up about what's happened, this insurrection that happened this week, where we know that if were black people on the steps of, they wouldn't even made it into the building. On the steps, they would have been shot down. Like, it would have been bodies everywhere. And so the Broadway fans have been like dragging them, like, come on out and claim that you're Republican, or like sort of just been sort of like, I don't want to say aggressive, because Kim taught me last week that I can't really use that word anymore.
With dark-skinned black woman. Yes.
With,
With black women.
yes,
Well, with black women.
Black women.
with black. Okay, well, these white fans are
Yeah, you can use
aggressive.
it with white people. Yeah,
Like,
yeah. You can
they
use it with white people.
are.
Let white people get aggressive.
Yes,
White
Catherine
people go
McPhee
like,
is
come out and fight.
Republican.
Yeah, let them fight.
And then one girl was like, Catherine McPhee, because I guess she was like saying that she missed Waitress. So one girl was like, I missed Waitress, and I guess, I said I was going to see it with Jesse Mueller. Like, oh, well, I still have time. And then like she got all the way to Catherine McPhee, and it was like about to close. And the girl was like, I'm going to miss it. And then Catherine McPhee retweeted her tweet and said, when you do clownery. So she took, I guess because she waited too long to see it and then she didn't get a chance to see it. So Catherine McPhee retweeted her and said, when you do clownery, basically from the quote from Monique from Charm School, which is also black culture. White people love to take black culture. That's why, what is with that? Anyway.
I mean, did she take it?
Well, I mean, because she probably don't even know where it's from. Like, she don't even know the reference of where it's
Right.
from. Like, does
But black people are the culture. Most people,
Yeah, so like-
they take from black culture because black
Yeah, so like
this is at the forefront.
it becomes popular because of that quote from Charm School with Monique. And if you don't know the reference, why are you using that? And then also the girl said she cried a little bit when Catherine McPhee did that to her, because people were like ganging up on her because she didn't see the
I
show.
mean, that's just mean.
That is mean. But yeah, anyway, back to what I was saying. They're Republican. The people was coming after them. There are probably a lot more Republican people that work in the theater.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kim, what were you saying? We were talking about this before the show started, and you were saying your opinion on
My thing is that, to me, Republican doesn't equal Trumper. It doesn't equal crazy ass motherfucker who's. No. I mean, it could equate that you voted for him, sure, but I know Black people who have also voted for Trump. But it doesn't. To me, those two things don't line up. I think that on both sides, we're getting too like, you're a Democrat, you're a socialist, you're a Republican, you're a bigot. And it's not like that. Like, it's not like that. It's not
But
that
is it
black
not?
and white. To me, it's not. I think that our culture is creating that type of atmosphere. And I blame Donald Trump for a lot of it. I mean, I think he's a fuck nigga and he's terrible and I don't like him.
I
But
think
you
even
know, am I
before
gonna
Donald Trump? I think even before Donald Trump, the Republican Party has been against the people, if you will. Like
I
they
mean,
have not supported actual human beings. Like,
well, that's two different ideologies. I mean, in one, like, you know, the Republicans are more for smaller government. They're more for, you know, private industry. You know, they're more about, you know, money and business. And just it's a different ideology than the Democrats, who are more so on the, you know, big government. They want government hands in everything, in a sense. And I think that if you look at the two ideologies without Trump involved, without anyone involved, I think that you should be free to say, I want to be a Democrat or I want to be a Republican. That to me doesn't really matter. You know, I can understand why people are dragging them. Like, I can understand, like, wow, oh, they didn't say anything about Black Lives Matter and da-da-da. I do understand that anger, but I'm not going to drag someone just for being a registered Republican. I'm just simply not.
I'm not going to drag him because I just don't feel, I just want, like, let the white people drag each other. Let the righteous white rage come to a head. But I also always want to take a look at the people who are bothering to call those people out, because I'm sure that there's shit also in their closet, which is why I don't really fuck with any of the call outs, because I'm like, I'm sure if we go back to your so-called liberal white whatever, we could probably track that shit.
Something, right.
You know, and then also as far as like the Republican Party, if you track the Republican Party, you can track like lots of racism pre-Trump, in the Bush era,
I mean, of
in
course,
the Reagan era,
and the
you know what I
Democratic
mean?
Party.
Like it's been. Oh, I agree. Like it's like government in general and politics in general are very much a racist construct. So, yeah, it's all trash.
It's all trash. We can definitely agree on that. It is all trash.
I used to be very like with the Republican, like oh my God, you're a Republican. I used to be very like hot about that. And now I just really don't care. And I guess maybe I'm tired, or maybe I just view people as being a bit more multifaceted if they are. You know, I'm not supporting Trump or Trump supporters in any way, shape, or form. I'm just saying that, like, if someone was like, you know, and also like, I don't think that I have any Republicans in my inner circle. I don't know these girls. You know, I just know their work. I don't know them. It doesn't affect me as far as like, oh, Catherine McPhee's are probably, who gives a fuck? Like, I don't care. But like, I don't know. I don't understand what people expect. Like, y'all don't think that anyone's a Republican? Like, people are Republicans. Like, some people don't even fucking vote. Like, we all know this. I don't get the whole, like, they shouldn't be able to do theater anymore because they're registered Republicans. Like, what the fuck is that? That's not democracy either. Like, what does Catherine McPhee have to do, or Laura Osnes? Like, how are we? Oh, they stormed the Capitol. Fire Laura Osnes. Like, because she's a registered Republican, like, she exercises her right to. That's just my opinion about it. I think when you get too far this way, like, fuck them, fire them.
Right, because you're going to be real mad when you see the producers of your Broadway shows are also registered Republicans. When you're gonna, you know what I'm saying? You're gonna see the people who are paying your checks are also in that party. So it's interesting. It's interesting and it's fucking complicated. This idea of like, what are we really talking about? What kind of virtue signaling are we really doing? Who are we really holding to task? Like, what does it really all mean? Because if we're talking about the money, which is really what the Republican Party is about, and we're talking about Broadway, You know what I'm saying? Then it's
Yeah.
like, okay, we can all do this and we whatever. But like when you step on that Broadway stage, whoever's calling whatever out, and you find out that your lead producer or your lead donor or your lead patron or your lead scholarship person is whatever, you giving that money back? If you are,
No.
cool. But
You're
what are we
not.
talking about? Like, what do we really, you know?
And there's also plenty of Black people who are extremely homophobic, transphobic, misogynistic on all of these things. And they get a pass because what? They're a Democrat or they're Black or whatever. Like I was talking to a friend the other day about the whole argument about billionaires. Like, you know, how there's this argument there should not be any billionaires allowed. And we always use like Elon Musk and Jeff Bezos as examples. And I'm like, well, Oprah's a fucking billionaire. Oprah's a billionaire. Are we not talking about her just because she happens to be a Black woman and we're happy for her and we want to see her win? So isn't Beyonce and Jay-Z, are they billionaires too?
They are billionaires.
Yeah, but they're not in the conversation because we're like, oh, they're the good they're the good ones. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I mean, can there be
not,
a good
that's also an
billionaire,
argument. I don't know. I've never been a
stance.
billionaire and I don't know any. So
I wouldn't mind being a billionaire, but I also don't know that I also don't know that I think the hippie in me and the broke person in me, quite frankly, doesn't necessarily believe in it, right? Like I don't really necessarily believe in like, oh, it feels weird to have that much money while some like niggas are just really out here without anything, you know? But at the same time, it's like, I also don't have that luxury or choice or thought because I don't have billions of dollars. So it's also easy for broke niggas to be like, there should be no billionaires. You know what I mean? Because I'm like, would we all turn that down? Would we all take our money and then give it away? Like, you know, I mean, these are just like, you know, thought questions and what have you, but it's just like, it's just the moral and the sort of like righteousness that we're coming into as a society is really interesting. And I'm just interested to see when it all really comes to a head, because there is sort of like this moral and like righteous rage and moral high ground that people are putting themselves up to, that I'm like, I'm into it, but I'm also like, I also want to be like, what are you doing in your backyard? Are you like, you know, so.
I will say that if I was Laura Osnes's friend or Catherine McPhee's friend, then I would probably have a conversation about ideologies and what they think. But at the same time, like I call myself a Christian. I'm a Christian. And by saying Christian, that can allude to the fact that I'm homophobic and I'm transphobic, and I am not. I do not subscribe to that part of the doctrine. I don't. But I'm still a Christian. I'm a follower of Christ, but I don't subscribe to that part of the doctrine. But if you were to just profile me, you would assume that I believe those things. I personally don't. I also believe in fucking evolution, you know? So I'm just saying that like these labels that we put on people don't always fully encompass what they truly believe or don't believe or disagree with or agree with. So I don't know. Teachers.
Okay, girl. Okay, girl. I mean, I feel you.
People gonna come for me. You don't believe in creationism? No, I don't. I think it's a metaphor, but you know, whatever.
Somebody said, "Speak to us, Kim." But then somebody also said, "Really, Kim?"
And that is our audience in Broadway Black. We are so diverse in thought. We are so diverse.
And this is a good time to remind you all.
Really,
Black Theater podcasts are those of the individuals and not necessarily reflect
I
the
love these disclaimers.
policy or position of Broadway Black. I really made that for myself because
I love these
because I'm entering into a new phase where, you know, I'm no longer the face of Broadway Black anymore. Like I don't have to put my face on the branding anymore. And that's something I was, you know, talking about or thinking about last week. It's like I'm building new teams and new structures. And, you know, before I, you know, at the beginning of the pandemic, I felt like I have to let people know that it's just me because things were shutting down left and right. There was no one else. And it's always been really me, but like, I felt like it was time for me to just like put my face there. And some people felt like, I think some people might've felt like it's always been there, but it really just happened at the start of the pandemic, where I changed the branding in that way. But I started to do some meditation about that. And I sort of felt like I was operating from a place of lack of faith and lack of vision, and full of fear more so than than I wanted to, more so than I wanted to. And I think that, taking my face off of it and sort of building the team sort of has pushed me to be able to reclaim myself for myself and not mix the two. I want to be my own individual. I want to be my own person. I want to have my own voice and not be a representation for everyone at all points in times. Like I can lead this brand, I can lead this company, and still have some identity for myself, still have some self-identity. And I don't know, hold on to something for myself. So that's where that sort of come from. So I had to let me put a disclaimer on here so that people know that I'm not talking for Broadway Black. I'm talking for myself. Yeah, I'm talking for myself.
That's smart.
Well, and I thank you, Richard. I am the face of Broadway Black. I always have been because it's been just me, but I don't want to be. I don't want to be. I want to be able to perform. I want to be able to do my own thing. I want to be able to have my own name that's not synonymous with Broadway Black. And Guzzy and Kim are the face of Broadway Black. Amber and Danye were the face of Broadway Black. Like, all of these people that have come in and helped to build this platform to, voice their opinions and to build it up in a way that we need. And I also don't want to be the only Black platform. I want to be able to talk about what I want to. I want to have a certain style, a certain image that doesn't necessarily include everything that I don't like, or like that, my team doesn't like. Like we just don't like everything. So we want to include the stuff that we really do like, the stuff that we're really passionate about. And I think that if there are more voices and more platforms that are catered to Black people, like Ebony, like Jet, like Essence, you won't see the same thing in all of those magazines. You won't see the same people on the face of them. You won't, at the same time. You know what I mean? So like, I want to be able to have my own identity in that regard, own brand identity in that regard. And I want more people to be able to come and create their own platforms. And I think that's what we're lacking right now, where, like you can tell that Broadway.com has their own voice and Playbill has their own voice and Broadway World has their own voice and Theater Mania has their own voice. And they have all of these platforms for the whites. And then there's Broadway Black. And I get compared to all of those things. And it's like, I don't want that. I want to be my own. I want to be our own, you know what I mean? And I think we should have other voices that are like that. So yeah, that's all. That's where that came from. I don't know where I was talking about and where that came from or why that
it came from the disclaimers. It came from
the disclaimer. Okay, yeah. Because I get sidetracked.
Yeah.
Okay, well, moving on to the next hot topic. We talked about the shits. Tanya Pinkins is replacing Niecy Nash. She joins previously Tony nominee Adrienne Warren in 6-episode series about the mother of Emmett Till. And so Tanya Pinkins has replaced Niecy Nash as the grandmother of Emmett Till. The Emmett Till, The Murder That Shocked the World and Propelled the Civil Rights Movement is the name of the project. Or it's inspired by the book that's called Emmett Till, The Murder That Shocked the World and the Civil Rights Movement. The project centers on Emmett's mother, Mamie Till Mobley, who's going to be played by Adrienne Warren, and her life spent seeking justice for her son, a 14-year-old boy murdered in 1955 in the Jim Crow South. And Pinkins will play Emmett Till's grandmother, Alma. And so that six episode miniseries is executive produced by Jay-Z, Will Smith, and Aaron Kaplan, and begins filming this month in Mississippi. So I think that was interesting. That's going to be Adrienne Warren and Tanya Pinkins together. That's going to be interesting.
I don't know if I'm be able to watch that one. It sounds like it's going to be fantastic.
And Tanya Pinkins just carries.
I mean,
like
just talking about Emmett Till, my stomach just goes.
Yeah.
Like,
who's directing it, or who's creating it? Does it say like if any of the writers or directors are included in the project or no?
Yes, it does. So it's the inspired is from creator writer Marissa Jo Kirar. I don't know how you say that. And it's inspired by Deborah S. Anderson's book.
Okay.
I do want to see Adrienne kill that though. I feel like she's gonna kill it. She's one of those, like, I know that she's immensely talented to me, but she's so like such a small little package of powerhouseness. Yes. I love that she's kind of, is indescript in that way. Like she's just so unassuming. Like you wouldn't assume for all of this power and this ferocity and she's so versatile. I love it. Yeah,
yes, she is. I mean, I love it too. I mean, from the moment that I saw her in Shuffle Along, I blown away, like full stop, blown away. I could not believe. I'm a huge fan. Yeah, like her character difference from first act to second act, just it did me in. It did me in, and I'm a big fan of Adrian, so I'm looking forward to seeing her on the television screen and doing something of this caliber. I think this will definitely change the game for her when it comes to.
They're both. I think it's going to change the game for both of them. You know, Tanya Pinkins is a star and a legend in her own right. I think that a project like that, because she's going to, of course, act the fuck out of it.
Yeah.
So,
but Tanya Pinkins has been doing. She's been doing television for so long. She's done movies and television, and also she just created her own film called The Red Pill.
Right.
That I think is very interesting. That I think you should check out if you have a chance. But
Renee is in that, right?
You said what now?
Ciara Renee is in that too, I think.
I
think.
Don't Give Me the Lion.
I
don't necessarily know.
But yeah, she's been doing a lot of TV, but I feel like this is like one of those like game-changing roles. And also because Adrian is so hot, it's gonna get a lot of press, and I think maybe push for a lot of awards. But if things go right.
But do you think Adrian is hot beyond the theater world right now?
Everyone in theater has an advantage right now because all the world knows that we are without jobs, and Hollywood is very, very in tune to Broadway right now. I think because Hamilton happened, and they yanked all of those people and they put them on film. And ever since Cynthia Erivo, Dearvin Hansen, they've been consistently yanking our people. It's happening now with homegirl from Once on This Island. What's her name? Little girl. Haley Kilgore. Yeah, it is happening consistently, and it's going to happen for Adrienne Warren. They're going to try to Cynthia Erivo her. And I think that this
especially a project that's executive produced by Jay-Z and Will Smith, right? Like it's an iconic story, and you have it's iconic, it's iconic in human history, and you have right now you have the right producers really on it as far as attention goes, and I imagine a lot of people also saw, even though it was cut short because of COVID, I imagine that a lot of people also saw Tina Turner, you know what I mean? And you saw, and I saw her in London, and so I'm like, if you saw her in that show, it's just one of those star-making turns that makes you go, what can I give her? And so I think that happens a lot, especially if you're on the Broadway and or like big London stage. It's like, and then you really have a star-making performance. People really do want to sort of like try and yank you and give you the spotlight. So it's going to be really, I think it's just an exciting time for her. So
I think so too. I just feel like it got sort of eclipsed because the Tonys didn't happen or award season didn't happen.
Sure.
And so I was just wondering, like, she's always been excellent in my book.
And once a Deadline article comes out, like a little Deadline article cuteness, you know what I mean? A little Deadline article cuteness, like it just brings the anticipation, And so once it came out that she's doing that, like still is like it kind of falters down until the project comes out. But I think
Broadway performers are so like we are in the industry at large considered like the cream of the fucking crop. Like not Broadway per se, but people who have a base in theater, people who are trained, people who can carry shows, come to work 8 times a week, come to rehearsal on time, give you a product day after day. Like to me, that really, if I were casting something or writing, it seems like these are hardworking people. Like it just to me is a no-brainer because the only thing you really have to do is tell them to tone it down a bit, if that. Because some theater people just flawlessly go. They just know. They understand that camera so well. But I feel like COVID has been, it sucks that the theaters are shut down, but it's also given these film people the opportunity to book us in a different way. Because when you're on Broadway, you can't book nothing because you're contract. But
you can leave, and a lot of people leave, and a lot of people figure it out. A lot of people figure it out.
But like, if you are the lead, you're not going anywhere. At least until I'm sure if I were a producer, I would be like, so Miss Warren, you're not going anywhere until we get this Tony, and then you can.
Oh,
leave.
Sure. Sure.
But
And
yeah,
I think she also was saying, like, I remember seeing, like, maybe something she had written or a video or something. I think it was something she had written or maybe an interview or something where she was talking about, you know, during this time, like, she spent so much time doing Tina Turner the musical that she's not even sure that she wants to return to the same place that she was, you know, working at. Like, not necessarily with the show or, you know, with the people, but like, is she in that place to do that art, specific art again in that way at that same address? And I think that was very interesting. Yeah, I think that's very interesting to me too. So like, because I mean, it's a hard show to do.
I mean, they run her body ragged in that show. Like
Yeah.
I saw that. Yeah, they run her ragged. They actually, I think, overrun her. They overdo it. You know.
And she was sustaining, which is crazy. Like,
I saw her on a
vocally,
Sunday afternoon, and it felt like a Friday night evening show. You know, like, and by Sunday afternoon they are tired, and she was like, "No," you know, it was like it felt like it was tremendous.
That's why I
If
said
I
give
was
her
her, I would
thing.
split it. I would come back and try. I feel like they're gonna lose a lot of Broadway people. They're gonna lose them because I feel like us being able to like sit and not do the shows, you realize how hard Broadway is and how ridiculous it is that you only get one day off and how your life revolves around this constantly moving thing that's the same. You know what I mean? And film and TV and commercials and voiceovers are so much easier. Like they're so much easier to because they happen and then they're done. You know what I mean? So I totally understand. Like, I mean, if I were her, maybe I would come back to reopen Broadway because I think that's going to be such an exciting time to have all that energy. But she could do a fucking 5-show week and have her stand by do the other shows. To me, they act like there's shame in that. There's no shame in that. It's just smart. It's preserving your body and yourself, you know?
And I love to see Kayla Davion as she's one of the covers for that role. And she does her damn thing on that. Like, get it, Kayla. That also creates another opportunity for another Black woman or another Black talent to come in. And Nick Rashad Burroughs was the cover for Ike Turner for Daniel Watts. So I love to see it. Give the people the opportunity to do what they came there to do anyway. You know what I mean? Yeah. So it's an interesting thing. We'll see what happens. But I'm excited for this. I shouldn't say really excited. I'm interested in seeing this mini series because it's, like you said, that story of Emmett Till sort of just really does turn my stomach, which was so interesting because, you know, they created an Emmett Till musical that was at NYMF one.
What?
Yes.
Did you see it?
Yes, I went to see it.
Was it written by Black people?
No.
Come on.
None of it? None of it?
I don't think so. I don't give me the lying, but I remember
like
being
the
very
music-
disturbed about it not being.
Wrong. Go ahead.
The music might have been.
I thought the
Okay.
music was, but I'll double check. Go ahead. Keep talking.
How was it?
Yeah, it was a NYMF musical, so you know you see things that are scaled down and scaled back during NYMF. But even still, this was, I don't know, it just didn't have the seriousness that I think that the story requires in a way. I think it was a musical. Yeah.
I'm just like, what was the story starting from the death and the aftermath, or his life and then he dies, or was it like present past? Like, what was it?
I don't want to speak on it because I had to leave. I got an
Okay.
let me just be honest. I had to walk out.
Mhm.
And it's not for the people that were on stage. It's not because of the people that were on stage. It's not because of, you know, anybody in particular. It's just the overall subject matter and the material did not pull me in. And I was like, what the fuck is this?
White people made it.
Yeah, see, that's what and that's what it felt like.
White
too.
people. I think a Black woman directed it, but white people wrote and did the book, and
And there was some good singers in there. I know some good talent, some good singers in there, but this didn't showcase what they could do.
Yes.
And yeah, it was a lot.
Yikes.
So yeah, like just let's not do that again.
That's a whole yikes. That's a whole ass.
I'm
yikes.
just like,
Yes.
That's a whole yikes.
It's like doing a musical
Yeah.
about like Columbine. Like what?
Oh,
Why would you do that? Like,
I mean,
just-
isn't Scottsboro Boys? Isn't that the same thing as doing the Scottsboro Boys?
But
musical?
that
it's
is
a little.
it's a little different because that is strategically made and it's
Infused
meant to
with
make you feel
minstrel.
uncomfortable. Yeah, it's a
Yeah.
minstrel show. It's made to make you uncomfortable. It is made to make you think. It is giving
Sorry,
that,
is it
it's also
because-
that error.
So is it sorry? So I'm just trying to clarify: is the uncomfortableness because of the story, or is it uncomfortableness because of the poor execution?
Poor execution.
Got it. Because that's
For
why.
me, it's the story.
Okay, and that's what I mean as far as like, well, what's the difference of like if an Emmett Till musical had a good angle to it, right? Like if it had, like, where obviously we don't witness the thing, you know what I mean? Like we don't witness the deaths of these Scottsboro. Like I'm saying, that's why I'm questioning is like, what's the difference as far as
Yeah.
the thing?
I think it's
I
also
guess.
a little different because I have his face stuck in my head from the casket. Like I
Oh,
can
yeah.
see him in the casket, and I mean, it would have to be an excellent piece. I think maybe in like a choreo poem style or something, a way to
It
bring it
requires
forward.
so much care. It
Mhm.
requires so much care and
much.
so much
Mhm.
intention,
Mhm.
and it was not there.
Mhm.
But you know,
Mhm.
that's gone and done. That's neither here nor there. You know,
Gone and
I hope
done.
that
Is it
I hope that
Happy New
it
Year?
never comes back. I hope that it never comes back. But yeah, so we're interested in seeing what happens with this miniseries. So make sure to check it out when they're just starting to film this month. It's 6 episodes, so it should be coming to us probably in the fall sometime, I'm sure. Yeah, moving on right along. James Bond actress cast in the Matilda movie musical. So now they're making Matilda, which was originally a movie, then turned into a musical
Back
on
into
the
a
West
movie.
End, then back into a movie, and so it's gone from movie to musical in London to musical on Broadway, and the musical is now going to be a movie. Netflix will distribute the upcoming motion picture worldwide, and Lashana Lynch is in talks to play Miss Honey in the upcoming film adaptation of the movie musical. Helmed by original stage director Matthew Warchus,
That's
I think
nice.
his name. Written by Dennis Kelly, a screenplay, and the score Tim Minchin, maybe that's his name. The long, a boring film will be released by.
Did you say long boring?
Did you say long boring?
Long, a boring. That's what this article says. It says long, a boring film will be released by Netflix and Sony TriStar, and produced by Tim Bevian and Eric Fellner for working title. I guess that's the production company. Lynch, who played Maria in Captain Marvel and also stars in the forthcoming James Bond film No Time to Die, will be Miss Honey. I think it's great to see a Black woman as Miss Honey in this new adaptation, I guess, if you will. But I don't think that this really needs a movie. Like, the musical is good, but do we want to like put music to this movie? Like, Matilda the musical still stands as on its own. So I wonder, are they still going to have a man play Mrs. Trunchbull?
Drew, you're shaking.
What do you mean I'm shaking? Oh, probably because I'm on my computer and I'm shaking the computer. Like
Yeah,
that.
I can hear it through your mic.
Oh, my bad. My
It's
bad.
okay. I was like, you know.
Thank you.
I mean, I think it's interesting because I think what they're trying to do now is like I think it also has to do with where theater is at. You know, they're really trying to archive these musicals and bring them back to screen. So I don't know that I have anything sort of like against it, like bringing that. I thought it was a really excellent musical. I remember
Just
watching the
give us
regular
the
movie
Lincoln
as a child.
Center recording. Just give us the Lincoln Center recording and call it a day.
I know, but I don't want the Lincoln Center recording. I do like the idea of like actually adapting a film and adapting the material. Like, I love a good movie musical. I love a good movie musical.
I do
If it's done
too.
well.
I do too.
But
Like-
I typically don't like these new ones that are done. I kind of like
Sure.
golden age things better.
Sure.
But I mean, Matilda, I loved that movie when I was a kid.
too.
So for me, it feels like they had the baby and then they sucked it back in and they had it again and they sucked it back in and they had it again and they keep sucking it and having it. I'm just like,
Yeah.
how many times are we gonna have the same kid? So it's kind of like,
yeah.
I don't know, but maybe this will be a good thing. Like, maybe it'll be so good that like Ezzy's generation of kids will have it because I do think that when we're remaking children's things, a lot of time we do have to, step into the times, because there are things that I loved when I was a kid that I feel are timeless, but they might not catch their attention as quickly because they're old or they're not in HD or what have you. So hopefully it'll be a good adaptation. It'll be shot really well and all that shit.
I mean, I'm sure it will be. You know, they don't really skimp on the movies. And then, like somebody just said, they do, you know, Mean Girls. They're doing Mean Girls. They're doing Spamalot.
What?
Matilda. What?
They're doing Mean Girls?
Mean Girls, yes. They're working on the film of the musical. And the people want it. This was told to me by, you know, like the fans really love this musical and it's like really popular.
And it just closed, right?
And
If
right,
it
that's
doesn't
our
star
top topic.
Taylor,
they just closed.
then I don't want it. It's got to have Taylor in it.
Well,
It's
Renee
gotta have
Rapp.
Taylor.
Renee
Renee
Rapp.
Rapp. Renee Rapp
Yeah,
is
like
good, but Taylor to me,
love us some Renee Rapp. Like, and she also just booked a show. She's gonna be on the HBO show.
I think Taylor deserves. Taylor is so good in that. She's the
somebody
original.
else said Diana was filmed for Netflix,
but that was staged.
Yeah,
That was a staged version.
Somebody said give us a new musical film.
Also
please.
true. I would also,
Also
love
true.
that.
Oh,
love
also
that
Once
as
on the Silent Adaptation. We forgot about that. Jocelyn Biel's writing that.
Yeah.
I forgot about that too.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
These musicals are coming.
They
They're
are coming.
they're
So-
like, oh, we have some time. Like y'all not working, so like let's take all your shit
Come hooker by
and let's
crook.
make some money off. Yeah, let's make some money off of y'all.
I'm for it. I want to see them all. I definitely want to see the Once on This Island. Well, I'm gonna watch it, of course, because I know Jocelyn, but I want to see it because I can't wait to see the creativity because it's like one of the musicals that's been with me since I was a child. But I mean, I don't know. Mean Girls is another one. It's so good by itself. When they made it into a musical, I was like, why?
Why?
Are you doing
Yeah.
this?
But the
And
fans
then-
love the musical. Like they
Yeah,
really
I love the musical. But
and I think that they only closed it because it's like they don't know when they coming back. They holding this.
They weren't doing
theater.
well in the. They weren't
well.
doing that well anyway. They weren't.
What do you mean? They recouped.
Their numbers weren't doing that well when we left. It was rumored around. It was. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but it was kind of rumored. I don't think I'm wrong. It was rumored. I think we can check the numbers. That's the only reason why a show would close. If the numbers are bad, they're not gonna. I mean, it's a money thing, you know. If there's still an audience for it,
So they're still going ahead with the. This is what I feel like is going to happen. They're still going ahead with the tour. The tour is still going to happen, so they're going to make money off the tour. They already recouped their investment at the beginning of, and this is what Jason Vesey saying they recouped, but their sales dropped.
thank you. That's what I'm saying. Their sales were down when we left.
It could have been that girl that was Republican.
No, it was not. They would have just fired her.
Yeah.
No, when we left, I distinctly remember somebody saying that Mean Girls numbers had dropped. Numbers meaning their ticket sales. So the grosses that you see on Playbill every week, they had dropped. And people were thinking like, how long are they gonna last? When they didn't close at the beginning of the pandemic, when Frozen closed, and I can't remember what else closed. Frozen closed, a bunch of plays, I think a few plays. I was like thinking, I was like, Mean Girls seems like they're gonna, but they held on for a minute. I feel like if we were gonna actually be able to open in the fall, like they said, or even right now, then maybe they would have reopened. But yeah, like their sales weren't doing as good as they probably needed them to do. The tour is going to make a lot more money for them because they have so many more young people that are going to flock to the theater.
Right.
Yeah, because it's such a cult following. So I think that the tour is probably just, it wouldn't make sense.
I feel like they're going to want to like bring it back to Broadway eventually.
Mean Girls?
Yeah, I think they're going to want to like revive it and like bring it back and like change some shit. Or,
I feel like
try to actually win Tonys this time because they didn't win any Tonys. The band's visit cleaned them out.
Yeah, they're not going to come back then. That's why. They're not going to come back
they're
then.
not going to come back.
Yeah. I don't know. We'll see. But
I don't have any inside information.
Yeah, I'm like, after, if they don't win the Tonys, like they're just like right now it's about getting that, you know,
they have so many more other projects going on. Like if it was just a Broadway producer with that one show, then maybe they might pull a Motown, but like it's not.
Yeah, I mean, you saw how that went. So
yeah, like if the show's not that,
if
the show's not that good. I mean,
Motown, I am still sick over that. They did those people so dirty.
Child.
Like they did those people so dirty. Made Broadway the last stop on the tour. Like that was going to be us like
Oh,
they were
right.
gonna sit down. Yeah, like oh my god, like
And they did this. They went. Oh,
they
gotta
said,
go. They didn't
like,
even get to sit.
right.
Nope. Damn.
Oh, geez, they didn't even get to make the seat warm.
But that's why you don't bring shit back to Broadway when your
Right.
show didn't
Of
do well
course
before. It's not like the people have changed. Like your show isn't doing well for a reason. It doesn't really even matter if the show is really good or whatever. Sometimes it's just too niche, you know, like it's just too in the pocket and people are not in that niche and they're just going to avoid your show. So you make your money on the road regionally.
But it does help. Like
it helps for sure. Tonys don't guarantee people will come, but no, if you are a tourist, think if you're like a Midwestern tourist and you go to the TKTS booth and you say, I don't know nothing about Broadway, what should I see? They're gonna say, well, this won 11 Tonys and this one da-da-da. You're gonna see the larger show, or you're gonna see the show that's traditional. You're gonna see Lion King or Wicked or Mormon or a Hamilton or whatever, the go-to, because you want to get your money's worth.
Yeah,
That's the thing. Like you're spending like $200 per ticket and you have a family of 5. Why would I take a risk to see Mean Girls? You know, like same with the band's visit. The band's visit got a lot of Tonys, but it didn't last super long because like it didn't appeal to families. But I'm going on another tangent. But yes, the Tonys help and you don't want to waste your money. So you need a guarantee like I'm gonna enjoy this. And that's why you go see those shows. But I digress.
Yeah. I mean, I feel you. Wait, somebody said I need to see a TSOP. What is TSOP?
What's TSOP?
I need let me try
the Secret Life of
No,
Plants.
that's not secret. The shop of
the
pop.
The what is
this is a fun game to guess. What is this?
What is that?
Sex of people.
The shape of thing? No, the shape.
The shape of
no. The
damn,
no.
Sound of Philly. I don't even know what that is.
What's the Sound of Philly?
What is that?
What are you talking about? Is that a musical by you, Reels and
Oh,
Reels?
it's probably a musical by him.
Yeah. You advertising yourself? What's happening?
Look, I'm not mad at that. Go ahead, the Sound of Philly.
The Sound of Philly.
Maybe we just don't. Maybe we just ignorant. Watch they come back and say, "No, that's Boys to Men." The Boys to Men musical.
Not the Boys to Men musical.
Watch it really be that though.
Oh God! Oh God!
TSOP
I don't know.
disco.
I don't know what that is, y'all. Maybe we old, y'all.
I'm sorry. Are we?
Maybe
Or
we're
maybe
young.
we're young.
I don't know what you're talking about.
We're just like
We're gonna have to we'll look that up later.
I don't
We'll get
know.
Oh
no.
Listen! Oh my goodness, I'm embarrassed that I don't know what it is. Now I have to.
I'm not
Google it.
embarrassed.
I am so embarrassed because
You
I like
already
to
turned a
know
little
shit.
red.
I like
here
to know
Googling.
shit. I am
The
Googling. 'cause I'm
Sound
like,
of
what?
Philly. I don't know. You know what I want a musical of?
The Sound of Philadelphia, Harold and Melvin, the Blue Notes, McFadden and Whitehead, the Jays, Bill Paul, yeah, these are black dudes. I think we're too young.
We're too young, honey.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
yeah.
Sorry.
We're
Who
young.
said that?
We'll look it up.
Sorry, Neil.
We'll look it up.
We'll
We're youngins. We'll look it up.
house.
We'll look it up.
Sorry.
Yes, you are too young. Don't be mad. Don't be mad.
Like, how old is our audience?
Look, diverse in age.
We
We will
are
not
diverse.
shame
We
them.
really
They will
do.
not shame us.
I think we have like the most diverse audience. Like white people be stopping me on the street about this show. Like they be listening to this shit.
White people do listen to this shit, and I really like that.
I do too.
like that they be
too.
interested. Like the show is good.
Somebody, Jason said a musical of the movie Life. I like Life. Eddie Murphy and yeah, I think that'll be good.
Oh, I love
But I
that
don't know
movie.
about- But
On
how?
the music.
Oh my god. I can't. Okay. Anyway, let's move on to the next topic.
Happy New Year. Laugh like.
So have we seen Soul? Did we watch Soul?
I did watch Soul. I watched it yesterday.
Did you watch it? Okay, I did not watch it, but we are going to take a look at the trailer. Here we go.
What the?
What is this place?
What's your name, honey?
I'm Joe. I teach middle school band. Got it, go for it! Today started out as the best day of my life.
Back here tonight, first show's at 7.
Yes! Woohoo! You know what that's gonna say? Joe Gardner. I did it. I got the gig.
Must have been sudden for you.
What? Oh my goodness! Oh my goodness! Help! I'm not done! Oh my goodness! Huh? Is this heaven?
No, it's the great before. This is where new souls get their personalities, quirks, and interests before they go to Earth.
Meet 22.
I don't want to go to Earth.
Stop fighting this.
I don't want to.
Hey, look, I already know everything about Earth, and I don't want anything to do with it.
You're missing out on the joys of life, like pizza. I can't smell. We can't taste either?
All that stuff is in your body.
No smell, no taste.
Or touch. See?
Okay, I get it. Wow, it's my life.
Is all this living really worth dying for? You're still alive?
Can you help me get back?
No way!
There I am. What are we waiting for?
Wait, not me!
That's weird.
What is it?
151,000 souls going to the great beyond every day, and I count every single one of them. The count's off.
Huh.
Okay. Cool. I still haven't seen it. I think I'm gonna take some time to sit down and watch it. I watched that, but like, are y'all feeling any of the controversy around Soul? Now that you've seen it, then Guzzy, have you heard about anything? Or
I thought it was beautiful. I also heard about the process of the thing. So now that I also know, even like, so allegedly, yes, there were other people who were making the show, and then allegedly they decided to make that character black. And when they decided to make that character black, they then got in new people to actually make sure that things were more authentic and what have you. And so once they decided to make that character black, that's actually when I believe Kemp came in to sort of like direct and add his writing stuff. And then they were like worried about like, oh, now that we're making this character black, now we have to worry about the authenticity and what have you. So it's also like process wise of how the thing was made. I was like, oh, okay. But I understand the controversy because I also felt like, advertising wise, it was sold in a different way. Mm-hmm. Like marketed to like as a black thing, you know what I mean? Like I felt like the messaging I was was that. Like I feel like I didn't see that trailer. I got like a different trailer. So, but at the same time, I'm like, I just feel like it was really well done. I thought it was just like at the end of the day, it was a fucking beautiful story. I thought it was super profound about like life. You know what I mean? I thought was like, yeah. I just felt like it was a really like gorgeous like offering about like, and that's like my aesthetic as far as like the sort of like profundity of like what life really means. So I just was just like, I just didn't know. I thought I understand, but I was also like, this is still at the end of the day a really fucking beautiful offering.
Awesome.
So, yeah,
I love that.
Yeah,
and Kim said that she reiterated that and she said that last week. So cool. I mean, I will definitely check it out. Everybody keeps talking about how great it is, so I would definitely check it. I'm glad you saw it in Guzzy so we could, address that and have your viewpoint on it.
Yeah. So.
What I also want to talk about is Ratatouille, the TikTok musical. They're doing an encore version.
Oh, good.
So you can watch it for free on TikTok, on the Ratatouille TikTok page. If you missed the first airing of it, you had to pay like $5 through Today Tix or something like that. That was the cheapest ticket. And you could watch it. But now they're going to be airing it on TikTok Sunday night. Was that tonight? Yeah. That's not tonight, is it?
It says Ratatouille. Watch it again. Yeah, at 8.
Oh, tonight at 8.
I'll be missing it because I have to film.
I'll be missing it too.
Damn it! Why can't y'all just just have it and let me stream it because I want to watch it. But y'all, this Sunday night, my blocks are so tight. There's Housewives. There's lots of things happening.
She said there's Housewives.
Well,
Okay.
yeah.
Well,
So
you
Wayne
gotta-
Brady plays
you gotta do
Django, Andrew Barth Feldman, Titus Burgess, Andre DeShields, Adam Lambert. So a lot of people are in this. If you want to go check it out for free, it's on the TikTok Ratatouille page happening tonight at 8:00, probably like right when we're done with this show. Wayne Brady's also doing another show with Seth Rudowski. How do you say his name? Seth Rudowski?
Yes, the second time was right.
Rudowski. Yeah, you know. Tonight at 8 p.m. and it re-airs tomorrow at 3. He's doing like a little virtual, if you will. What's funny?
You and these names.
He said, yeah, you know.
Are these your reparations? Like just ring their
oh, it definitely is. It so is.
Steph Rakowski.
Yeah, I mean, shit. It definitely is because I literally like yes and no. Like yes and no. I don't be meaning to all the time, but like I also am not like pressed.
Fair.
I understand.
Oh gosh.
So yeah. Oh, somebody said you can. I think you can find it on YouTube. I'm sure you can find everything on YouTube. Ratatouille, the musical slime. We love a slime. So yeah. What else do we got today? We got Noma Domezwini. And I actually love her.
Okay.
She's so amazing. I just absolutely love her.
Did you see her in The Undoing?
I did, and her accent floated in and out.
Did it?
Yes.
She was American though in the
Exactly.
Oh,
I mean, she
okay.
did a fantastic job. Everyone's accent in that floated in and out. Everyone was like, yeah, I'm going to go down to the store. Like everyone was just very like, I think the stakes were so high that they were really getting grounded and their just natural accents were just slipping out. Yeah.
Well,
which is fine.
But I loved
her on The Undoing. I liked The Undoing. A lot of people didn't like that ending, but I loved that. I sat there and I watched the entire thing. Because I can't really binge anymore, but Ezzy was gone. So I sat there and I watched all of it. And she was really great. I mean, she can act her fucking ass off. They were all good.
She can act her fucking ass off.
She played the lawyer, Drew, she played the lawyer in The Undoing.
So yeah, I've seen like clips and stuff, and like people keep talking about her performance. I haven't had time to watch television. Like everybody keeps talking about this Bridgerton thing too.
I just finished it.
It's good. When do you have time to watch this shit?
There's nothing at home. You just
put it on. Like when Ezzy leaves, I literally stay in my room for like 24 hours and I do nothing. And one of my things is watching TV. I would just binge what everyone else is binging. And I did binge Bridgerton. Yeah. Bridgerton was very lovely in many different ways. It was also stupid in many different ways.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
But y'all enjoyed it.
Yeah.
I did enjoy it. It wasn't perfect by any stretch of the imagination, but it was a huge undertaking. And they undertook a lot of those elements, and I'm so glad they're getting a second season, right?
Someone remember that they're getting like a bunch of seasons. I don't know if it needs a bunch of seasons, but yeah, they're absolutely getting a second season.
Oh, because the book, so like it's based off a series of books, and like each book is a Bridgerton family member.
Okay,
so I think that might be why they have like, you know, maybe a certain amount. I'm just guessing of orders, but Bridgerton's good. But if you don't like that Jane Austen, like
because it's very like Pride and Prejudice. It's multicultural Pride and Prejudice with Gossip Girl. That's what it is.
Yes, with Gossip Girl.
That's exactly what it is.
That was
it's really Pride and Prejudice with Gossip Girl.
It's fantastic.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I mean, I'm gonna do my best to get into it.
I don't think you would like it.
You don't think I would like it?
No.
Why?
I just don't think it's your thing.
Well,
do you watch that kind of shit?
I mean, yes, if it's black people in it.
That's not the same. It's not the same thing because it's a genre. It's like historical romance type thing, you know? And some people just you don't strike me as a type to like that genre. So I don't know how much you would enjoy. I think you would enjoy watching the black people slay.
Okay.
And
Because
they do. And they
and
do.
they fucking do.
Because I've been trying to get into the Crown for years and I just can't.
The Crown moves too slow for me. I
Trying to
can't
get
do
into
it.
what?
God,
The Crown.
The Crown.
Yeah, I can do. I can't
moves
do the
too
Crown.
goddamn
People
slow.
love it. I can't. I don't care.
I can also Google what's gonna happen, and I don't really like that
I
because
know
I'm
what
really like anxious, like what the fuck happened, and then I'll just Google it and it'll tell me because it's real life. But
Yeah. Okay. Well, we'll see what happens. I will do my best. I'll at least try to watch the first episode. Pray I don't.
I mean,
fall
you'll be
asleep.
okay. Also,
yeah,
you'll
you'll be okay.
you'll be
Oh,
okay if you don't like it. That's it's like also like But I feel like it's I feel like it's lovely. I feel like the chemistry is really lovely between the artists and like it's like a lovely. I love a good period. Like the tension is all in the like
the
touch
eyes
and the like moments. So I love that. And then it gets a little raw. And I'm like, oh, okay. Yeah, I'm like, oh, and now we're just softcore. Okay, so yeah, they definitely like they push some boundaries.
They did a lot in there. Sometimes I was like,
they did a lot.
I feel a little, it's a little too much for me. But I do have notes for Bridgerton, of course, because at first when I was going into it, I was really taken aback by the fucking classical version of like "Thank You Next." I was like, I hate this. I
love that. I love that.
Hated it.
Okay.
I was like, this is taking me out of it. I hate it. And then eventually I just didn't even realize that the songs were actual songs and they just kind of flowed for me. But I would just rather it just stay in the period. But
okay. Well, the reason why we're actually here is for Noma. She's not in Bridgerton.
Well, she's English.
Yes, but that matters not. She's a Tony nominee. She joined the cast of Disney's live action remake of The Little Mermaid. Her role is being kept under wraps for some reason, though it will be a character that did not appear in the original animated motion picture. So I guess they're creating a new role. So as previously reported, Halle Bailey from Chloe and Halle will take on the role of Ariel. Melissa McCarthy will play Ursula. Oh, I forgot about that bad casting. Javier Bardem will play King Triton.
Javier Bardem.
Javier Bardem play King Triton. Is he white?
No, he's white adjacent. He's Spanish.
Okay,
he's a Latino male.
Yeah, I think he might be from Spain.
Oh, really?
Okay.
Oh, yeah, he might be from Spain. Yeah.
Daveed Diggs is Sebastian. Why do they keep giving him? Okay, anyway, Aquafina and Scuttle.
They fucking love him.
They do. The business just loves him.
You
just gotta let go and let God and move on.
They love him. He must be a joy and a wonder to work with on a set. Like
maybe he just smiles and like everybody just falls.
Did you watch Blind Spotting though? I enjoyed that
I did
film.
not, but they're also making that into a television show now.
They are.
That makes sense to me actually.
Because
those characters were so.
But somebody said they think Noma is Ariel's mother, who is not in the movie. So that's a thing. Okay.
Oh, her mother's supposed to be dead.
Y'all are killing me in the comments. But yes, I agree with you in the comments section. The Little Mermaid, directed by Rob Marshall, and it is also with new musical material penned by Alan Menken and Lin-Manuel Miranda.
Of course.
They're like,
I love him too.
There. Whatever.
They do love
I also love Lin shit. Moana was really good.
Yeah,
Moana was really good.
Moana was really great. And let me go back and just say, this is another thing. The views and opinions expressed on Off Books, the Black Theater Podcast, are those of the individuals and do not necessarily reflect official policy position of Broadway Black, because I'll be getting it conflated sometimes. I am my own person here today. I am not Broadway Black. Neither are these two women. They are their own. I am my own.
We love it.
I just have to say that. Yeah. So
we love it. We love you for it.
Congratulations on that, Noma. The comment section be wildin'. Like, they be wildin'.
Maybe Ariel's mom is dead. Like, I don't know if you guys have watched the other movies on like the other Little Mermaid movies, but there's one that's actually pretty good. That's not it's like the Little Mermaid 2 or 3 or some shit like that. But like her mom, their mother is deceased. She's dead. Like in the other films, she's mentioned to be dead. So I don't know, but Disney, sometimes they follow their own through line and sometimes they just be like, now he has a wife. Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
Hopefully they don't kill her. Like, why hire her and then have her die and then have us watch Ariel go through all that grief? Or maybe it'll be a flashback. Anyway.
You'll see.
Okay.
What's BATB?
I mean, Beauty and the Beast.
Oh, that was trash.
Oh, well.
Sorry.
It's Sunday, guys. It's fine.
Listen,
it's fine.
You know.
You gotta feel how you gotta feel. Give that disclaimer again.
Right. And I will definitely, the views and opinions expressed on Off Book the Black Theater podcast are those of the individual and do not necessarily reflect the official policy or position of Broadway Black.
I'm sorry. I love Disney.
Oh my gosh.
I can't.
Version.
You know, we're all artists. We have our own opinions about, you know, the things that are happening. So yeah, okay. I think that's good on the I'm hot topicked out.
Yeah, you're topicked out. All right.
Yeah, but we do have a interview today. And it's actually been pre-recorded. So I'm going to share that with you all. And I think that
we're fired.
This is no, you're not. You're not fired. This is something that we worked on. I did this interview a couple of weeks ago with a special personality. And yeah, this is your opportunity to see that, because I don't think a lot of people might have seen this, but it was specifically for Off Book. And I don't know how I got wrapped into this. I don't know. It found its way on my schedule, and I showed up for the interview, and it's in 2 parts, y'all. It's in 2 parts. So just bear with me. It happened. And so here we go. You said what?
We're watching both parts?
We're watching, yeah, we want to watch both parts.
Okay.
But just because of the way this platform is, I had to split it up.
Okay.
So here we go.
Vicky Shaw, y'all.
Who's that girl finding out your business? Who's that girl digging up the truth? Who's that girl HPV negative? Who's that sly sleuth?
You bet your ass it's Vicky Shaw. Yeah, you bet your ass.
She's unemployed and she's hiding in the bushes and she's coming for you, coming for you, coming for you. Vicky Shaw.
Vicky Shaw, y'all.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to a brand new episode of Off Book Late Night. I'm your host, Drew Shade, and this show is presented by Broadway Black. We're here to hit our mark, and we're going to do it right now. Tonight, my special guest is Vicky Shaw with Vicky Shaw Nightly News. Yes,
Yes.
2013 Hammer Throw champion.
Yes, I did.
Avid windsurfer. A brand ambassador to K-Swiss. Luther Vandross Towel Girl?
He got sweaty.
A great grand cousin to Oprah's nephew's cousin. And lastly, HPV negative.
Negative.
Vicky, talk to us about what sparked you to get into the spotlight, to be this who you are.
Oh, wow, Drake. It all started when I was 5 years old. See, I grew up underwater. In a submarine, of course. I don't have gills. And I told my parents, who are archaeologists who study the water, they said, we know you have to get out sometime. And I took that as get out now. So I turned the knob, all the water came out. Because I was so light, I was buoyant. I flew up to the water. A survivor and also a murderer. They died. They died a harsh death.
What happened after that?
Oh, well, you know, a rescue ship came and dropped me off to New York City, where I met a pack of wolves. Now, have you seen the movie Dr. Dolittle?
Yes.
And you are aware that he talks to animals, right?
Yes.
Well, that didn't happen with the pack of wolves. They tore me to shreds. So I went to a hospital after that, and I met a nun who then sent me to a great family in North Carolina. That's where I met Miss Bertha. She was schizophrenic, bless her heart, and she told me many things on how to become a star, a fireman, a policeman, and also a cat. I went with the star. That's what I went with. I said, I'm going to take that. And that's what I did.
So you do a show called Vicky Shaw Nightly News.
Yes, I do.
Talk to us a little bit about that. How did that come about, and what is it? What is it about?
I was knocking on the doors of UPN, WB, CW,
oh wow,
TNT, Fox, MTV, BET, Re, and all of them said, no! Get off of my property! Get out of here! You get! That's how Vicky started. That's how I came up.
So why should watchers and listeners, why should they, listen and watch your show?
Oh, DeAndre, that is so simple. It's so simple. Have you ever woke up one day and it was a beautiful morning, and then the rain came and then knocked over your house? You had nothing. That's what you're gonna get from Vicky Shaw.
I think that's interesting. I mean, yeah. So you have currently one episode. I think I was viewing something
one strong
before we started, but
yes, one strong episode, which was rated on billboards. They don't usually do TV shows, but this one made the cake. The #1 Billboard TV, Instagram, HIVT show hitting on the planet. Yeah, that's a lot of letters.
Very happy for you. Congratulations.
Thank you. We are very happy, right, Gladys? Okay, no more chips. More chips, please.
Oh,
all right, a little bit.
Let you get your
Keep
chips
going.
in.
Keep going all the way to the top. Take the time out of my mouth so I can eat chip. Thank you.
I mean, speaking of Gladys, let's talk about Gladys.
Yeah.
She seems to be your support, your backbone.
She is my everything. Gladys is my sister, my child, my confidant, my priest, and sometimes my masseuse.
Well, how did you find Gladys? I mean, she's pretty amazing. She's done all of this, and she's the whole production.
Let's talk about how Gladys found me. I was in the streets of Nevada, and I saw this poor child, about 5 or 6. Couldn't tell. She's an in-betweener. And she was shaking with dirt and dust. And I said, hello, anyone out here? Whose child is this? No one knew. So I took her and I raised her as my own, and I shook that dirt off of her. But 2 years later, I found out that Gladys's mom was actually in that gas station, and she was just getting lotto tickets. So apparently I kidnapped her, and I spent a few years in the penitentiary. But Gladys still wrote me. She still wrote me. And when I came out that penitentiary, she said, you have ruined my life. You have caused so much personal trauma. I have so much debt from therapy.
But
love her. I love her.
There was no
love her.
And are you paying Gladys to? Okay, well, she is your crew. She's a black woman. She's
a black woman. She's also a woman, and she's black. Okay. So that's diversity right there.
Well, you are an advocate for black people, as we are here.
I love them niggas. We love to advocate for black people. We love diversity, but we also like making white people feel very uncomfortable.
And why is that? Why do you think that's?
It's just something fun to do.
Okay.
It's just fun. It's these are strong times in this world, and who else to pick fun at right now?
Some people might say that might be divisive, or.
I'm sorry, I don't speak Spanish.
No, divisive means that.
I don't speak it.
Well, that's not a Spanish.
Translator, Gladys, get the translator. Divisive. A ting made. I said English. A scheme. It could be a bit of a scheme.
Okay.
It could be. Are you okay?
I'm
You
totally
acted
okay.
like something just happened. I understand.
I'm totally okay. I'm just not. You barked at me, and my. Okay.
Hey.
Never mind. Where do you see? I just. Okay. I just want to know where you will be in 5 years.
Easy. President. I am going to be president of China.
Oh, China.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, well.
The Chinese love me. They love me.
So, have you been to China before?
No, but I know that I can get things done.
What needs to be done in China that you think
I
you can
need
deliver?
a faster flight to China. 24 hours is way too much. Way too much. I need more. There are ways that we could move the land closer.
Okay. You want to move the land closer to...
We can move the land closer to America. It'll be a faster flight.
I think that is all the time that we have, Vicky. Yes. Thank you so much. It has been such a pleasure to have you. Yes. Yes. Thank you. Thank you for what...
Oh, okay.
It's been... Oh.
Thank you, Gladys. Oh, shit.
Thank you. Thank you so much. This has been a brand new episode of Off Book presented to you by Broadway Black. I'm your host, Drew Shade. We've been with Vicky Shaw.
Vicky Shaw.
Make sure you tune into Vicky Shaw Nightly News I don't remember.
It'll come out. Come out soon. Vicky Shaw Nightly News on Instagram. There we go. We got one episode. One. We're doing great. Good job,
We
Gladys.
look forward to more. Thank you all so much. Have a good night.
Okay, thank you. This has been awful.
Vicky,
I'm tired and I just don't know why I'm not getting paid for this. Gladys, pack it up. I'm over this. Can you get out of my house, please?
Okay.
This is now my house. This is now my house. Okay. That's what I want.
Okay, we're gonna turn the camera off now, okay?
That's what I want to read. This is my. Just because you got Tony's, nigga, don't mean that you can crop dust. She was giving my boyfriend a Sandman.
I don't know if I want to know.
It's when you stick a funnel in someone's ass. You pour a cup of sand and you fart in. You really get it in there. And I'm just blessed. I'm just not. Don't scratch me. Come on now. My skin is sensitive. It's sensitive. But yeah, that's been my life.
What? And this is also a thing. Why is the ring light behind her? I just came to set, y'all. I don't understand. Vicky Shaw was very interesting.
What just happened?
Yo, your face.
What just happened?
Like,
where am I?
And all of that was like
a cat.
Vicky Shaw is crazy, but make sure you check out and follow Vicky Shaw. She has more stuff coming up,
she's
sure.
Silly.
She's very interesting. She told us a story about Daniel Watts. That was very interesting. She won't let that go, but
she won't let it go.
She won't let that go about her fries or something, some French fries or something. So it's. Yeah, she's very interesting.
Oh God.
That's all I can say. That's literally all I can say. I enjoy her as much as I possibly could until I just couldn't anymore. So yeah, that was our interview for this week. I thought it was very interesting. I wanted to share that with you all. I've been thinking about doing a late night show, and so that was that we sort of tested out, and that happened to be one of the first people that reached out and wanted to do something. And I thought, oh, this would be a great opportunity to see what this is like. And it turned into that. And so
that was amazing. That was profound. That was profound.
I hope
the way that she thinks on her feet is really, I like how she takes her time constructing the story, but still saying whatever the fuck is on her mind.
Crazy.
Which is really, and Drake. Well, Drake.
Well, DeAndre.
Yeah, she's nuts. I'll get into Vicky Shaw, y'all. I am a fan of hers. Yeah, get into it. We're gonna move right along. I want to, go back to this. Make sure you email us offbook@broadwayblack.com with your stories, your questions. Kim says, "Do your job." Yeah,
do your job.
Do your job. Offbook@broadwayblack.com. Email us. We would love to hear from you. We're going to go into the listener letters. So it's time for listener letters. Woo! I ain't got no much air support today.
Okay. Well, you didn't want us to interrupt you last time, so we gave you space.
I appreciate you. I appreciate it. Thank you so much.
You just did movement.
Thank you. That was great. That was perfect. We love to see it. So this first letter is from somebody named TJ. Say, what's up, y'all? I stumbled upon Off Book podcast last week. He wrote this in like mid-December. So yeah, I know I'm pretty good. I quickly became obsessed. I've binged the content Broadway Black has to offer, and I'm truly inspired by the work you've done, Mr. Shade. Oh, thank you. All that being said, I figured I'd finally send a listener letter to elicit the advice from the highly accomplished folks at Off Book. To make this as say a dissertation, but we'll see how it goes. You did listen. My name is TJ, and I've recently graduated from Wiley College, home of the great debaters, our claim to fame, with a degree in mass communications and a concentration in film and theater. Now, don't get me wrong, I love alma mater. I graduated a year early with a full ride scholarship. Okay, so I'm thankful for that. Full ride scholarship, and you graduated a year early. I would have to study something else. I would have to come get more classes in there to like get that free education. I don't know what else I would have studied, but
I would have left too, TJ.
You would have left too?
Yes.
Like, I'm done. I'm out. I'm so thankful for that, but sometimes I worry if I learned enough. See, you should have stayed that extra year and got some more education. Like I have a story, concept, and some bomb ass song, but I have no clue what to do with it. My school is extremely small. There are only 1,400 students and only 2 instructors that make up the F&T, Film and Theater department. F&T courses are an entirely new addition to the college's curriculums. My teachers did everything they could to equip us with the knowledge that they thought we needed, but it didn't help. Administrators and faculty members were doing things like screwing with our schedules, degree plans, and even petty little things like reserving buses so we couldn't go on trips. 2020 was my senior year and the best part of my college career, or at least I thought it was, or at least it was supposed to be. I was really looking forward to our senior series, week-long event where a few chosen mass communication theater students would display their work in a half-hour to an hour show. I was writing a one-act musical named Cool of the Day, a modern retelling of the Garden of Eden story. It focuses on the relationship between God, Eve, Lucifer, and how a lack of understanding can subsequently lead to the fall of a man. I was geeked for 2 reasons. For one, this was the first time you listen, but for one, I said he didn't listen to Danye. This is a dissertation.
No, this is a dissertation.
For one, he said, I was geeked for 2 reasons. For one, this would have been the first time I created and was actually proud of viewed by a decent audience. And 2, I could finally prove to the faculty and administrators who gave us hell that we knew what the fuck we were doing. I would have just started the workshopping, but you all know what happened next. COVID came like Evelyn with the whip in hand. This time she was the one bringing the bad news. It's time to top her toilet throne and shat on all of our. Goodbye graduation, goodbye senior year, and goodbye senior series. So I said all this to ask if you could give me any pointers on where to go from here. I really love this show and I don't want to fall into a feign. I don't know what that says. So I've been constantly working on it and improving. I'm thinking about maybe doing a Zoomsicle or something on TikTok, or maybe I could just do a concept album. Anyway,
you're cutting out, Drew.
Oh no.
You're
Can you hear me?
You on your 5G?
I am on my 5G. Ho.
I think maybe speak directly into the mic. There's something about whatever where you're like going good. It's not doing it now that you're talking, but go ahead.
Okay. So So I said all that to ask if you could give me any pointers on where to go from here. I really love this show and don't want to fall into a fake. So I've been constantly working on it. I don't know what that says. I was thinking maybe doing a Zoomsicle or something on TikTok, or maybe I could just pull an Andrew Lloyd Webber and do a concept album. Anyway, I'd thank you all in advance for even reading this long ass message. I wish you all well. God bless. And then P.S. Drew, if you ever need anything, I'd love to assist any way I can. I know many people have reached out to you and said this expecting something in return, but to be honest, I'd love to just learn from you. I'm a hard worker and a fast learner. It's just like Amber says, we have not because we ask not. Okay. All right, TJ, I'll email you. So what should he do? What should he do with this musical, this thing that he has?
Are you pointing at me?
Mm-hmm.
Got it. Okay, so TJ, hopefully you're listening. So there are a bunch of things that you can do. One, okay, so this is Google, right? Like, depending upon how much of the project you have done, you don't necessarily even have to have a first and second act. But if you have a first and second act of a musical, you can like submit yourself for all sorts of awards. So look at all sorts of awards. I would say if you're just looking to get this thing seen and if you produce music, you actually gave yourself a whole bunch of options, right? So TikTok musical, a Zoomsicle, a concert album, those are all like worthy things.
Yeah.
If you're, those are all like, especially now, like everyone's on the same playing field, right? And so like you can get a couple songs or you can get 3 to 5 songs together, make a little TikTok video, whatever, and you can just really, and that way you just have like examples and digital and video, right? So there's one thing, look up mentorships and labs. Literally look up musical theater writing and like labs. There's like NAMT, the deadline for NAMT is coming up, National American Musical Theater thing. There's like a whole bunch of versions of that. So there's a bunch of just mentorship labs. That's not a mentorship lab. That's like if you have a musical and like they sort of like pick a bunch of musicals to workshop and then literally put in front of producers, right? So it depends on how far along your show is. So if you think your show is rather far along, just literally like, everybody seems to be underestimating this Google shit. And like this Google shit is real. Just look up mentorships, labs, writing, musical and see what comes up. I don't necessarily know, because right now I'm in the lucky spot where like if I want to do something, I can have my agent reach out to a producer and do all those things. And my bag is mostly plays and writing. And for the musicals I'm making, I was approached by a producer, but so I'm not less to like, how do I get it out there? But literally like you named how to get it out there. If your goal is just to get it seen, make it with the people who really can sing and sing their butt off. If you're looking to get money and or like grants from it, look up grants, musical theater writing. And like, I guarantee you like shitloads of things will come up.
Perfect.
Yeah.
That was, Kim, you want to add anything?
No, that's not my lane. I don't have any answers.
Yeah,
that's why I was like.
I mean, she said everything I was going to say, but even more.
Yeah.
More so,
yeah.
So.
Don't be afraid of the Google machine, because like I love teachers. Teachers don't know anything. I love them unless they're like really giving you the pipeline. I'm telling you as someone who's overtrained. I went to grad school. I went to undergrad for theater, and there's still a lot of stuff about the business that they do not teach you, and a lot of stuff I just figured out and like looked up and just submitted. So like. The power of submitting your work, like, and be okay to get rejected and just keep submitting, because you also just submit so that a lot of people can read your work. A lot of people go, oh, I submitted to that college, or I submitted to whatever, I got rejected, and so I'm not fucking with them. Nope, you keep submitting because people start to know you by your plays, and it's a resume builder. So just submit to everything. Eugene O'Neill Center. There's a whole bunch of just resources. So just Eugene O'Neill Center is one for musical theater. That's just
the numbers up. I think that was on our very first episode. Dominic Mauricio gave the advice to Danye to get your numbers up.
Submit, so that everybody has a title of that musical in their head and will associate it with you.
Love it. I love it. Well, that's all the news we have time for. Everything listen, we are. I'm trying to get these shows down. We don't want to get all the way to the 2-hour mark. Can we get down to like 1:30, 1:45? I think we did. I think we did pretty good today. What y'all think? What y'all feel?
It's good.
I didn't know that it was about to. I just didn't know that it was about to end. I wasn't prepared. Maybe I would have made up some advice. Just bullshitted him so I could just have a couple last words.
That's so light-skinned of you.
Oh my goodness. Let's keep it brief.
We love y'all so much. We thank y'all so much for tuning into a brand new episode of Off Book presented to you by Broadway Black. We've hit our mark and we've done it right now. I'm Drew Shade.
I'm Ngozi Ayon.
And I'm Cam Exum.
Hey.
We'll see y'all next week. And y'all know what to do. Email us, like it says at the bottom here, offbook@broadwayblack.com. Send your stories, send your letters, your listener letters, all that good stuff. You know, if you want to do I Said What I Said, we didn't do that this week because y'all didn't email me and tell me
y'all
to do
didn't
it.
email us.
So we want to hear your monologue. Shoot your shot. This is your chance to be on the show. Do I Said What I Said and do your job. That's now you're part of your job now too. Because I'm tired of reading. I've done years of monologues. I'm tired, y'all. I'm tired of doing them. I want you to learn the new plays, but I want y'all to bring, teach me something. Okay. So yeah. So till next time, we love y'all. Bye.
Bye. Hey.
A place for your information. It's the All Good Podcast. All Good Podcast.
It's the no other host like me. Check it out. You'll see.
Mwah.
Bye, y'all.
Bye.